All right, guys, been a couple of days. I think everyone has watched either a snippet of the concert, like me. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. I think everyone has seen pretty much all they need to see, again, like me. So I think it's time to talk about it. So let's get the show started. All right, welcome to another episode of The Press with Emory Tilghman. My name is Emory Tilghman. I am the host of The Press. Today, we are going to talk about the Kendrick Lamar concert in Inglewood, California. Before we get into that, I just want to let you guys know that my new single "Higher" is out now on all platforms. I wanted to let you guys know before we continue with this show, and yeah, go ahead and check that out if you guys haven't already. And yeah, let's get back to the show. What happened in Inglewood was not only historic, but it marked the final day of the beef between Kendrick Lamar and Aubrey Drake Graham, at least in my eyes and many people's eyes. I believe that this concert pretty much ended the entire beef. I think this is it. So, with that, we're going to go ahead and review both the concert and what started this whole thing, pretty much. What we're going to talk about first is the concert because it happened most recently. And what I took away from the concert, now, disclaimer, I did not see the entire concert. I don't really have the time to watch a 4-hour concert. So I didn't really watch all of it, but I saw the highlights of it and I saw pretty much what I needed to see. And I think, like I mentioned, it was a historic moment because of the history of the West Coast, and everybody from the West Coast was there pretty much. I mean, Snoop Dogg wasn't there, but he probably had other things going on. But pretty much everyone that everyone knows from the West Coast that's still here was there. Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, of course. Um, I guess Tyler the Creator. I could be very wrong. I feel like Tyler the Creator is not from L.A. I could be very, very wrong. I could probably do some research on that, but I don't. Is he? Is he from California? Give me a second. I checked, and yeah, he's from the West Coast. I didn't know that. He's from Hawthorne, California, or at least he's born there. And yeah, he's from California. Did not know that. So Tyler the Creator was there. He did like a few songs and then just bounced, never came back, or at least I didn't see him. Like I mentioned, Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, Tyler the Creator. There's a few others. DJ Mustard, the person that produced the song "Not Like Us" by Kendrick Lamar, among other songs that are amazing that he has made, absolute legend. He was there. He's also from the California area. And yeah, pretty much everyone, all the legendary artists, all the up and coming artists, everybody from the West Coast and California were there. Compton, everyone was there. It was an amazing sight to see. And that picture that Kendrick Lamar was like, we need to take, was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. And if you're a true rap fan, you had chills seeing that. Especially if people that are like in their 40s. I remember whenever the West Coast and the East Coast were doing their thing and all of that. If you see that picture, you're probably in tears right now. I can't say that because I was not around during the whole West Coast and East Coast peak years, if you will. I wasn't around during that time. By the time by the time I was born, they were they were still doing their thing, but people were talking more about Kanye West in the Midwest, where I'm from, than the East Coast and the West Coast. So I can't really speak on like, oh yeah, that gave me tears, and man, I was crying. But I mean, as a rap fan myself, I liked it. I was like, this is cool. It's very, very cool. History. I like it. I'm a history nerd, so I like seeing, history. So, but that pretty much, that whole picture and bringing everyone together was such a good thing to see, especially in all the negativity that was going around. It's a good sight to see. Like everyone's in unison, they're dancing around. Now, that came with a price. Well, not a price with like, oh, Kendrick Lamar had to sell like his favorite couch and his favorite bed. No, he had to sell his friendship with Drake for this whole thing. Pretty much. I'm over exaggerating, but like there are people that would be like, well, now you just gave up your entire friendship with Drake, which I don't think he even had a friendship with Drake, to be honest with you. But you pretty much just ended that entire like partnership or whatever with Drake just for this moment to happen. I'm over exaggerating, but So I'm gonna get to this topic with the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. This whole concert pretty much ended the beef forever. I don't care what Drake drops, especially after he dropped that whole like "One Guan Delilah," that "I'm So Cheese" song. Um, that pretty much ended this whole beef. I'm gonna be honest with you. This uh Aubrey has lost. He has lost. Um, he tried to like, how do I put this? He tried to redeem himself with like multiple records after the two songs that Kendrick dropped immediately after he dropped that Drake dropped his second disc. I said disc. After Drake dropped his second disc, Kendrick dropped two more discs before Drake could even respond to the first disc. And now he was trying to redeem himself with the next disc that he made, and it didn't really work. Now, let me go back here. Honestly, in my opinion, whenever Drake dropped the Heart Part 6, I don't think anyone was being really fair to him. Everyone pretty much had Kendrick winning, so nobody was even thinking about the possibility that Drake may actually know what he's doing and is actually tricking Kendrick into doing so. Didn't really put that into anyone's mind at all. Everyone was like, no, Kendrick won. It's over. We're not really. So Drake pretty much was like playing with nothing at this point. I mean, he pretty much lost at that point, but he was just trying to drop a song to be like, I'm a strong dude. I know what I'm doing. And he lost. He lost. So then with all of that, Kendrick decides, okay, let me make a Juneteenth concert pretty much. And we all know how Kendrick feels about Drake with his blackness and all that. So he's like, okay, let me make a Juneteenth concert. Again, pretty much. It wasn't called the Juneteenth concert, but everyone considered a Juneteenth concert, and it was a cool experience. But he was like, let me make this concert, and we all know what happened afterwards. He then proceeded to play the main diss track that pretty much ended Drake's career. Not once, not twice, not three times, not four times, not five times. 5 times he played with the lyrics, with the beat. He played 6 times. He allowed everyone to dance to it 6 times in a row. In a row. And everyone was chanting all the stuff. The amount of people that were chanting the song and dancing to it. Everyone was having a party on a diss track that was towards Drake. And if Drake thinks I won this, if Drake thinks he won this and he sees the video of everyone dancing to the diss track that is towards him, and he still thinks he won, buddy, you gotta give it up. You gotta give it up. Meanwhile, Jermaine Cole is out in North Carolina doing his usual thing, and we're all waiting for the album to drop, to fall off. And he seems like Einstein at this point, the smartest man in the world. The smartest man in the world. No one is attacking J. Cole at all. Seems like the smartest man in the world. Like, to the point where his knowledge needs to be studied. There used to be a camp specifically on disses and how J. Cole avoided this whole thing about him specifically. Because he was originally in this whole thing. He made a diss track towards Kendrick, and he still, well, he didn't pull back. He pulled back. And then after that, no one said a word about him. Everyone was making fun of him in the beginning, and we were like, "Oh, you're soft. You don't want to go against Kendrick." And then Drake was like, "See, this is what I'm talking about." So, see, J. Cole's soft. See, I'm the big boy now. I'm going to attack Kendrick. So let's see what happens. And then Kendrick dropped Euphoria, and they were like, "Okay, well, it's a diss track. It's hurtful." So then Drake's like, "Okay, let me hit you back again with Family Matters." And then Kendrick dropped Meet the Grams. Then that's when everyone was like, "Okay, J. Cole, I think I see what you were thinking." He foresaw all of this. It was like, "No, thank you very much. I have a family to protect, and I don't want to be attacked myself, okay? Because I have a career I'm trying to uphold, and I have a family I need to protect. So I don't really want to be bothered right now." Like that. Okay. See, Drake, he doesn't have like a family or a marriage that he needs to like maintain, okay? Because he's single, okay? And he has his own thing going on. J. Cole was like, "See, I have a lot of things I have to take care of, and I don't have the time or the energy to deal with all the stuff that'll come with me dissing Kendrick Lamar. So I'm just gonna go ahead and step back from this. You guys heard that I have the ability to make a diss track. You guys don't have the ability to. So if anyone does want to come at me that is not Kendrick Lamar, then I will attack you. But this is Kendrick Lamar we're talking about here, okay? I don't want to attack this man. I love this man to death. So we're not going to attack him, okay?" So he pulled back, and now this is where we're at right now. It's embarrassing for Drake, and that whole concert pretty much solidified the victory to Kendrick Lamar. Now, honestly, I will say, because people did not say this, and I will say this, Drake held his own during all the diss tracks that he made. Kendrick won, though. I'm sorry. He absolutely obliterated Drake. I'm sorry. I'm one of the only people that said Drake held his own, but Kendrick obliterated him. Everyone's either Drake won and he knows exactly what he's doing, or they're like, Drake didn't know what he was doing this entire time and Kendrick won. I'm like, Drake did good and Kendrick did good, but Kendrick did better, okay? Kendrick did better. So that's my opinion on this whole thing. If you guys think I missed anything, let me know at thepresswithemerytillman@gmail.com. And yeah, that's all the time I have for today. And yeah, see you in the next episode. See you guys.